Ronin announced buybacks, YGG announced a lowland token and airdrop, and a Steam game infected with malware stole $32,000 from a streamer with stage 4 cancer. Absolutely terrible, but we are talking about that and so much more in today's Gaming Daily, presented by B3.Fun, the official gaming chain of Gaming Daily. Korea Blockchain Week is underway in Seoul, and the feed is buzzing. You've got Avalanche hosting their Lodge event, MapleStory Universe showing up, Ronin and teams like Off the Grid, WolvesDAO, and YGG all on the ground, so you can expect a steady flow of panels, clips, and announcements all week as KBW runs through Thursday. And shout out to the creators on the ground like Yellow Panther, Teddy from Hype Unit, and of course Dub. The big announcement from KBW over the weekend was Ronin token buybacks. Starting next Monday, September 29th, the treasury will swap its $4.5 million entirely into RON, completing the buys on chain within about a month. The announcement pumped RON 10% briefly, but it's already retraced, but the move did spark a ton of praise and hype over the weekend. However, there was some criticism. Sinjin questioned whether announcing a buyback in advance just gives insiders time to sell into the news. And I previously shared this post from AJC, a research manager from Asari, that said in 99% of cases buybacks are a bad idea, and argued that reinvesting revenues into growing the business creates more value than distributing to token holders. I'm inclined to agree with this take. I think tokens should drive demand on their own and not necessarily be propped up by treasury buys, but what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Next from KBW, Yield Guild Games announced YGG Play's new Launchpad will be coming potentially as soon as October 1st, and Lowland will be the first featured game. Remember, YGG Play is their publishing arm, and this new platform will allow you to play games, earn points, and redeem them for YGG tokens, similar in concept to Immutable Play. Also, YGG confirmed a Lowland token, and it's going to go live at a $900,000 FDV paired with YGG, and premium mode players will get an airdrop. Very exciting for YGG, and we're proud to call them an official partner of Gaming Daily. Nominations are starting to open up for the 2025 Game Awards presented by GamesGG, which is only 60 days away. You can now submit picks for People's Choice and Best Content Creator, with up to 10 games and 10 creators for either category. This is a community's chance to spotlight who really deserves recognition in Web3 gaming this year, and you've got until October 18th to cast your nominations at GameAwards.com. And keep an eye out for more award show announcements coming soon. Moku is putting up a $1 million prize pool for Season 1 of Grand Arena, their new AI daily fantasy contest. To play, you'll rip packs, collect cards, and build lineups that score based on how your AI athletes perform daily. Leaderboards reset every day, with the top finisher taking the lion's share of rewards. The first chance to grab cards will be the Season 1 booster pack, no loss raffle coming in early October, with exclusive cards and perks inside. Moki holders will also earn extra rewards and progression stats for their AI competitors, all tracked on chain and carried over with each new season. Big shout out to Moku, we love you guys. Speaking of packs and also buybacks, FootballdotFun is gearing up for its biggest week since their launch. The platform is rolling out a wave of updates, including a new economic model with programmatic buybacks, where 40% of collected fees will be used to support player shares. But to kickstart that system, they're boosting that figure as high as 80% on a discretionary basis using retroactive fees, which they say will add significant upward pressure to the market. They're also refreshing their gameplay, where wins will now come directly from the top 5 finishes, with more packs and squad bonuses as rewards. And on Wednesday, Founder Pack 2.1 will go live with allocation based on skill and gameplay, so keep an eye out for those. Next up, tokenized real-world assets continue to catch fire, with digital Pokemon cards seeing over $124 million in trading volume this August, up 5.5x since the start of this year, within a $21 billion market, which is massive. Platforms like Courtyard, Collector Crypt, Fidgetals, and Rip.Fun are just a few of the sites trying to capitalize, with graded cards stored in secure vaults and traded as NFTs. However, Kate Irwin from Blockworks recently called out Fidgetals for advertising cards that they may not even own. There's even a disclaimer on their site that says they'll attempt to get you the card that you pull. Inhuman has been saying exactly this, and it's why we featured him before in his platform that he's building, Shiny Labs, which will be an interesting competitor to these big platforms. Our last story today is an unfortunate one. Another Steam game has been caught stealing crypto. Block Blasters, a 2D action title released in late July, was secretly updated with malware that hijacked users' wallets, draining more than $150,000. One streamer even lost $32,000 live on stream in a devastating clip where the funds were meant for their cancer special treatment. I believe they've since been made whole through community donations. Even Alex Becker apparently donated $30,000. Security researchers say at least 261 users were infected before Steam pulled the game down, and were able to reverse engineer the malware and identify the culprit. I don't know if legal action is being pursued, but I imagine so. ZachXBT blasted Steam for leaving the infected game up for over a month, and others like Kevin Lambert are warning players to use virtual machines or separate devices if testing untrusted games. It's another brutal reminder that malware risk is real, so be careful out there. Today's episode is brought to you by B3, the official chain of Gaming Daily. They're hosting the very first DAT Summit at Token 2049, an event focused on digital asset treasuries, public listings, and token bundles. B3 has pulled together some of the biggest names across gaming, crypto, and institutional finance to lead the conversations, with leaders from Animoca, Republic, SharpLink, Hashkey, and more all taking the stage. It's happening next Tuesday, September 30th in Singapore, so if you're planning to be at Token 2049, you don't want to miss this one. There's a Luma link to sign up in B3's latest post. And that's going to do it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, especially if you made it this far. It's a brand new week, so let's make it a good one. We'll be back tomorrow with a brand new Gaming Daily, so until then, stay humble, keep gaming, keep dreaming, and I'll see you then. Peace!